How to dominate the cannabis industry. Take 1.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Anthony with 0420. We're back. It's been like 3+ years since we did any content on this channel. I've been really busy trying to make a lot of this, so got a little of that made, and now we're starting to say, let's do some other stuff here. We've been seeing a lot of content, weed-related stuff on the web. People are doing their own thing. I want to do something completely different here, start talking a lot of business side of it to either people who want to get into it or people who are already into it. So, speaking of someone who's already into it, our boy Gary V. I know you can see that guy's ugly mug up there, okay? So a couple years ago, he did a little video by the name of How to Dominate the Cannabis Industry. I don't necessarily know, if he's dominating it right now. I know he's got his little marketing company over there and shit. He's doing his thing. I'm not dominating the industry. I work with a bunch of people that kind of are, and I get to see it with my own 2 eyes. I have days I technically dominate, but it's just here and there, okay? But
every dog has his day.
Occasionally I have mine, and I get to see it. So I'm gonna give you my ideas from the outside, looking in on how domination's occurring, right? Numero uno, networking. Okay, nothing's gonna do better for you. I don't know. I don't necessarily know what else is gonna be like the multiplying factor that can take someone or some kind of business that's average or below average and bring them up. And it's your ability to network. Events aren't occurring right now, so we're really not able to go out and market. There's a lot of like grassroots marketing we've done over the years, seeing this, that, and the other at events, and you have a booth and you're able to interact, and that's not happening right now. It's gotten a little bit tricky. Networking's like your online persona. That's been huge. Nothing's pretty much more effective for you than a really good online persona that people click with and that they can trust, and you're going to get referrals, you're going to get this, you're going to get that. I mean, just how you're perceiving yourself, your network, who you're surrounding yourself with is vital, and how they perceive you. Probably one of the most powerful tools that you can put together, and it takes a long time to do it. You can just have it crumble on you and ruin in a matter of like one bad post, one bad statement, one bad this or that, and everything's ruined, okay? Networking. Number 2, numero dos, okay? Long-term plan. You better be in this for the long haul, hoss, okay? Because this is definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme. You're not just going to come in here and make $1 million and fucking, your hometown's going to be chiseling a statue for you, okay? That's not happening, okay? This is a long, long time, all right? And you may wind up being in a really good position where you have all your product on people's shelves, but you got to keep those products on the shelves. And in order to do that, you have to innovate and you have to get better, and you got to stay competitive with your pricing, and you got to pay attention to what your competitors are doing. And it's a long-term plan. So just don't think because you've got a little business plan and a couple $1 million that you got this thing solved, all right? Because you don't. You'll get chewed up and spit out just like a bunch of other people that have thought they have this all figured out, and they haven't. You know what I mean? They got exploited, embarrassed. And now that their business is in shambles, okay, because they figured that this was just a quick 1, 2, 3, and they had it all figured out, and then they found out the hard way that they didn't. So long-term plan. Number 3, okay, don't get too cute. I know what you're thinking. You are cute. I am cute. Yeah, you think you're cute. You're not, okay? You're stupid, okay?
Your boy's different. His IQ's 5.
All right, let me explain to you what I mean by don't get cute, okay? You want to stick to what works really well if you're going to get into this industry, or if you're already in this industry, okay? If you decide that you just want to grow really, really good weed, the best weed possible, and try to sell it at the top price, and you pull it off successfully, you did great. You're not trying to be too cute. You grow really good weed, you're never going to have a problem selling it. But if you try to, do, I don't know, infused beef jerky, or if you try to do like, if you took like pickled pig's feet and fucking infused them, those things are sitting on the shelves. You're not, no one's gonna really, they're actually gonna be a joke. Okay, yeah, okay, no one's done it, but again, your hometown, no one's chiseling a statue for you. Okay, big guy, all right? You got too cute, and no one wants to buy that shit. And now the thing is even if you did get it, let's just say, I remember maybe like this had to be 2016. I remember there was like some company from Aspen that had like infused elk jerky. Sounded good, I wanted to eat it, but how much of that shit are you gonna sell? And the hunting season on elk's like fucking a month.
Be very, very quiet.
Okay, so I mean, what do you, who's that, who, Einstein? Who came up with that? You know what I'm saying? Nikola Tesla over here trying to get in the cannabis industry. Right. So yeah, don't get too cute, all right? It's gonna bite you in the ass. Adaptation, I don't know what the fuck that word is right there. I don't even know if it's written right. I didn't write it.
Bless his heart.
Whatever, but I'm gonna just play with it here, okay? Because it's, you know, it's what it is, okay? You need to be able to adapt, like you're watching me do right now, okay? The word's spelt all fucked up, but what am I doing? I'm rolling with the punches, okay? So things are gonna change. There's gonna be all kinds of regulations that get put in place when things get legalized, and then you're gonna get everything set, and they're gonna get completely changed up on you, and you're gonna be out 50 grand on containers that you spent because you thought you were all set and you were gonna buy them in bulk, but they just changed the regulations. Shit like that happens all the time. So always be prepared to have whatever you planned on be a complete 180, and you're gonna have to alter it and stuff like that. Just prepare for it and look before you leap. That's probably one of the best little phrases that can go into the being in the weed industry. Look before you leap, because you're probably gonna wind up jumping on a bed of nails or something.
Yeah! Parkour.
Be prepared to adapt. It grows like a lot of people come into the industry as a grower, and they might have something another background where they're used to doing it somewhere else. This is like there's no exact science to it. Any of these growers will tell you they never literally have the same harvest. There's always something up a little bit, something happened, a little different, whatever. It's never an identical process. And a lot of people have come into this industry thinking that that's what they're gonna do. Oh, these fucking hippies, they don't have a schedule. I'm gonna show them how this works. And then meanwhile, it's 8 months later and that person's pulled out half the fucking hair in their head because it's anything but an exact science. So be prepared to adapt, because you're gonna have to. It's guaranteed you're gonna have to adapt. Alliances, okay, I know what you're thinking, yo. It's that survivor type strategy, yo. You gotta just like, get close with your people, ride it to the end, and then fucking stab them in the back, okay, and get that milk.
Promises are like wicker furniture and fat women, easily broken by Johnny Fairplay.
Yeah, maybe. It doesn't always necessarily go down like that, but with the alliances, and what I mean by that is, this is an impossible business to practically do by yourself. You can't, only a couple companies are fully vertically integrated, and even those ones still rely on other companies for certain things that they don't specialize on. You're gonna have to make relationships, lasting ones, with different people in the industry. Grows that are sitting on 100 pounds with another 100 coming back from testing tomorrow, they really need a big place that can go ahead and they can offload that stuff to if they happen to be sitting on it. Same thing, role reversal. When there's a dispensary and they have no flower on their shelves and they need to get some right away, well, if you've got a really good relationship with a grower, or a couple different grows, or a salesman who works that grow, they're gonna come and help you out. Number six, go the extra mile. Now, I know what you're thinking. That should just be like regular, common, like hustle lingo.
I'm talking about pimping, been since pimping, since been pimping, since been pimping.
But it's actually not. There's a lot of people who go, yeah, I want to hustle, but they can't get out of their own way, okay? So go the extra mile. That's a lot of effort. That's an effort thing. There's a lot of people, everybody's got the talent possessed. If they want to go a little further, they can, but are you going to do it? That's kind of like a mental barrier thing that you want to get over. Do you really give a fuck about the company that you work for or the business that you started? Because if you do, you're going to go the extra mile. And the big thing is, when you go the extra mile, no one else is on it, and everything on that mile is yours to pick up, and there's nobody else there. So when you do it, it makes a big difference. And a lot of these owners are just, it's the first time they're dealing with any of these issues. A lot of them are like baffled on how to figure this stuff out. and they're really relying on their soldiers, so to speak, that are, their boots on the ground, to give them straight answers and to not bullshit with them, and to make sure that they're not wasting their time and their money doing stuff that they're not supposed to do. That stuff gets rewarded. There's no two ways around it. I've watched it over and over again. People that are really, really loyal and dedicated to a company and stuff, and they'll get rid of everybody else except for that person. That person's staying. I can trust them with my life. You know what I mean? And that going the extra mile will make all the difference. You'd be surprised how many people don't do it. So when you do it, it makes a difference. Vertical integration. I know what you're thinking. Of course, vertically integrated businesses is just the shit for the weed industry. They make all kinds of sense, and the ones that aren't vertically integrated are really taking it beating, especially now with 2020. We're in the last couple weeks here of 2020, and we've got to watch a completely different year here where the companies that are just standalone businesses by themselves, where they specialize as either a grow or they're a manufacturer or whatever it is, they have had to really rely on their alliances to keep afloat. There's some businesses that haven't made it because they don't have when you're vertically integrated, you're controlling everything. You're from the seed to the sale, the final sale, and if you've got the ability to create your own weed that you're selling out of your dispensary, and you're not having to buy it from a grow who's going up with the prices high, you can give good prices right back to your customers, and they're not going to start straying and going to other stores because your prices are going up. There's a lot of dispensaries that have to rely on getting all their flower and all their products from outside sources, and they have to really go up, and when they go up, they have to raise the prices. So you want to be able to be as vertically integrated as possible. It's not as easy as it sounds. Some states make it very difficult. Some states you have to be vertically integrated just to play, like in Florida. I believe everyone's vertically integrated, but that'll protect you really, really well. Number 8, the Ocho.
And with me, as always, is my partner in crime, Pepper Brooks. Yeah, Cotton, hey.
Okay, follow through. Look, this is one that's like, the weed industry gets a little bit of a bad rap for just having a bunch of people that are aloof and they don't follow through, and it's like this little stoner culture. There's a bunch of people that just absolutely are the complete opposite of that, and they're eating lightning and crapping thunder.
You're gonna eat lightning and you're gonna crap thunder.
But there's a lot of them that are just lazy daisy bums, and they don't follow through, and they get a bad reputation. There's a bunch of people to work with, so if you start getting a reputation for being late or lying or just ignoring phone calls or stuff, like, you're just irrelevant at that point. There's a bunch of other people that we want to do business with that will return calls and this and that. Follow through on everything, and really that should just be a life lesson. Whatever the hell you're doing in life, follow through. Marketing 101, we put the X through that, as you can see. Marketing 0420, it's a completely new day over here with marketing. All the traditional routes that we had been using in 2019 and prior are essentially being, there's like a big mutation kind of going on here. Like we already had issues marketing as it was. So there was only a handful of ways that you could really do it. Now it's gotten really tricky. The marketing thing, when we come to live events, and I really feel bad, but there's a lot of companies that events were their thing. That's what they did, and that was a big part of my early part of getting in this industry. I was always at events. Every event, whatever event I saw, I went to it. You got to get slick. There's certain magazines that you can pay for an ad and it drives business in. You got to look for stuff like that. You got to get creative online. It gets a little tricky. Facebook and Instagram, they get all bitchy and moany and whiny about everything that you do with weed. They flag your account because of something from 3 years ago. Marketing's gotten tricky. Ourselves, the company, we've even done our own little marketing play where we're making the merch, the 0420 merch. Essentially is the discount. We're working with a great company. Everyone knows Stratos, and a handful of other grows doing that. We'll be doing stuff like that in 2021, just literally looking for any edge possible. So think outside the box with your marketing and whatnot. It's really your only advantage right now because we're just handcuffed on so much stuff. And number 10, eyes and ears open. And really, it should say your mouth shut.
Tamatios. You gotta learn to shut the fuck up.
So if you're in the industry already, and you're wondering why you haven't gotten an advancement, it might be because you're not paying attention to some shit going on. And I don't know what it could be, but one mistake I see get made a lot is, a lot of people wear their headphones when they're working and stuff. You might be missing all kinds of valuable information. The owner, investors, partners, everybody walking by talking, and you're letting it go in one ear and out the other. That's vital info, and who knows what you learn out of that. I know one thing: a lot of the trimmers were really good brokers, became great brokers because they were trimming the weed. They knew it was going to be ready tomorrow, and they could already let somebody know. It's information. It's there ahead of time, and if you're there, you're paying attention to it, you'll pick up on it, and what you do with it is up to you, but it's there. It's a free education. If you're working in the industry, you got to pay attention. If you're not working in the industry and you want to get into it, again, eyes and ears open, pay attention. Get into some of these different groups on Facebook or some of these other, not Instagram. LinkedIn's got a great community for the weed game and the hemp game on it and stuff, and just start meeting those people and just listen. Eventually, you're going to find your way into the industry. If you want it bad enough and you listen, you're going to find your way in. Last but not least, we got this little question mark over here. I know what you're thinking. What is that? And it's like the little mystery bonus of how to dominate the industry. And I would just say, the best way to say what the mystery bonus is just don't be an asshole. I know it might be difficult for you, okay? Your family's a long line of assholes. They came on both sides. They met. They had you. You've birthed assholes. So it's your whole life's been, you've been an asshole and you can't help it. But when you got to go to work or you got to open a business and stuff, just keep that in mind, because no one likes to do business with an asshole. It's impossible after a while. You just don't want to. There's people who don't want to do it. So keep that in mind at all time, and that might get you the job quicker than any of those other ones on here, okay? The little bonus one might be your best, little ace up the sleeve. So that's about it on this one. Hopefully Gary V paid attention to the number 9 over here with the marketing, because I know he's got a little marketing company out there in Cali or whatever he's trying to do, but times are tough right now, you know what I'm saying? You might need a little bit of an edge. And that's about it. So, like I said, we're going to wrap it up. If you like what you saw here, go ahead and hit a like on that. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, concerns, questions, whatever you want to do. If it's pretty good, we'll get back to it. If it's great, we're going to be all over it. Of course, we're responding to it. So we appreciate you stopping by. Take care and have a great day.